Hey there folks, my name is Mr. Mooman11, and today we'll be building the best, most accurate AR loadout in Warzone you can start using to beam squads across the map with laser focus. The recent AMAX Nerf, whether it was needed or not, put it a little bit more in line with the other top tier ARs, of which I'm happy to say there are several to choose from. But the top pick for what should take its place as that reliable, accurate assault rifle at long range has got to be the Krig-6. And when I say accurate, man, I mean accurate. Even just the base weapon has got decent stats in the recoil department, but when we fully kit this out here in a second, you'll be shooting laser beams across Verdansk or Rebirth Island, whatever strikes your fancy. Overall, the Krig is a very forgiving, very balanced weapon. Its recoil rivals that of the M13 in the sense that a 5-attachment Krig has none, but instead of firing a maelstrom of 10 million Ps a second that deal no damage at your enemy like the M13 does, the Krig actually has decent damage output without crossing that line into massively overpowered. All in all, the meta right now is in a really good spot in my opinion. And the fact that we're able to choose from a variety of different ARs like the AMAX, like the Krig, the Grau, the M4, the Kilo, etc., means that people can finally start to explore other options in weaponry again without being heavily penalized by SBMM for going off meta. It also means I can make more videos soon for y'all detailing all the best classes and tactics to use, so be sure to hit that subscribe button with notifications on to never miss an immaculately narrated Mooker video ever again. But on to the Krig stats, it's got a rate of fire almost identical to that of the AMAX, but with much better recoil and better bullet velocity at the cost of a small amount of damage. So if you're looking for a weapon to try out that is similar to what you're used to, that is also just great all around, the Krig has got to be your pick. It's been my personal go-to weapon of choice for the past few weeks on Rebirth Island, paired with a Sykov pistol or SMG. So let's jump into the ideal attachment setup for this Krig that'll have you hitting pinpoint shots from the other side of the map. First off, you've got to slap on the agency suppressor in the Ranger barrel. These two in conjunction are what really boost the Krig's bullet velocity and make it so that your medium to long range shots hit their targets the moment you pull the trigger, making it feel more like a hit scan weapon, even firing at targets at completely different points of interest on the map. The agency suppressor will also slightly reduce your vertical recoil, which is nice, and increase your maximum damage range by a little bit. But the real bread and butter is that these two attachments together almost double your bullet velocity, from the base 600 meters a second to just over 1100 meters a second. And as you know, bullet velocity is king in Warzone, and has the added benefit of you not having to lead your targets at all even when they're super far away. On to the underbarrel attachment, you'll want to take the field agent grip, which will tighten up your spread and make it easier to control the already very manageable recoil. Make sure not to run the SFOD speed grip though, because it has the exact same recoil benefits the field agent grip does, it just also reduces your movement speed by a noticeable amount, which is not a very advantageous perk to include on the highest leveled underbarrel attachment, but I don't make the game, so just run the field agent grip and enjoy barely having to pull down on your thumbstick or mouse to keep that recoil in check. For your sight, it really comes down to your personal preference and playstyle. But since we're kitting out this Krig to be a monster at range, I'd recommend putting on either the Axel Arms 3x scope or the Susat multi-zoom. Now the Susat did used to be broken in terms of its visual recoil, but they recently patched that so it is viable again. Just note that running the Susat over the 3x scope will increase your aim down sight speed by about 65 milliseconds. For our last remaining attachment slot, we've got to upgrade the ammo capacity. You can pick between either the 45 and the 60 round regular mags, but stay away from those speed reload versions. The speed reload guys have really bad ADS penalties, and you'll be much better off switching to your secondary in a crunch instead of ever reaping a benefit from the fast mag variants. So just pretend those don't exist. The regular 45 and 60 round mags do also slow your aim down sight time by a little bit and a little bit more respectively, but not nearly as much as those speed loaders do. Because of this, if you do find your ADS speed while using the Susat and 60 round mags together is just a little bit too long for your liking, you can always switch your attachments around to use either the 3x sight or the 45 round mag instead. I will say though, if thirsting is something you tend to find yourself doing where you down a player and finish him off, phrasing, in the same go, you will burn through a lot of the 45 round mag, so you will have to reload in the gunfight if you run that mag, or just focus on downing the other enemies before reloading and taking out the down guys. But all in all, this is about how your final build should look to make sure you're rocking one of the most accurate ARs available right now. So let's talk about the right class setups to use this laser of a weapon on. Depending on your playstyle and whether you're playing regular Verdansk Warzone or Rebirth Island Warzone, running overkill is a decision you'll have to make for yourself. While the Krig is still incredibly powerful at close range, the high optics we're running can throw off your shots in close quarters combat, since your sight picture will be magnified full of Price's pepperoni nipples or Rose's really weird boob jiggle physics, so close range secondary can come in handy. I personally even have two Krig classes, one with Ghost and one with Overkill, but the Krig itself is kitted the same for both classes. On my Ghost class, I run a single full auto Sykov pistol with those goofy 80 round drum mags. The Krig is definitely the star of the show on this class though, and you should really only be switching to the Sykov when enemies are right up in your face, because the bullet velocity and damage output on the Sykovs anywhere past the stone's throw is pretty abysmal. The ground loot this season, at least in Resurgence on Rebirth Island, is actually good enough to where I don't even mind trading out the Sykovs with a legendary or epic submachine gun like the orange or purple MAC-10 or Bullfrog. And that right there leads us into the Overkill class, where I actually do run a MAC-10 as my secondary. I'll probably even go ahead and make a separate video on this SMG class, because the right MAC-10 on Rebirth Island can absolutely shred the close quarters competition. Running Overkill with the sub can really maximize your damage output if you use the weapons at their intended ranges. The Krig excels at cutting down enemy players at range or caught outside of cover, and knowing you've got a reliable SMG to back up the close range fights is sometimes worth not having Ghost. But each game is different, and I honestly switch between the two classes pretty evenly based on where the circle is and when we get our loadout. In terms of perks, you can't go wrong with EOD or Quick Fix as your blue perk, and we already talked about running Ghost or Overkill for your red. Lastly, I pretty much always run Amped for the faster weapon swap for my yellows. Depending on your playstyle, you can take a heartbeat sensor or stun grenade for your tactical, and I like to run either a Simtex or Thermite for my lethals. All in all, these class setups and Krig build have got me and my squad dozens of wins in the last week or two on Rebirth Island, because the accuracy, range, and damage output of the Krig is just so good and consistent. The gameplay I'll have running for the rest of the video was a particularly high damage game that really shows off the versatility of the Krig. There was also a possible hacker in our game, which has been happening a lot more often on Rebirth Island in the last month or two, with some kids just blatantly headlock scripting. But we couldn't verify if the kiddo in this game was hacking or not, because I made sure to get the team wipe on his squad before he could give us a kill cam to watch. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the Moo Crew for more. Also, let me know in the comments if you try out this build and how it works for you. Lastly, I do have a Twitch channel that I promise I will one day start streaming again on, so go follow us on twitch.tv/MrMooman11 to see games like this one happen live, where I talk in delightful, hushed tones as to not wake my sleeping girlfriend Mrs. Mooman, since I have such a terrible sleeping schedule. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.
One, yeah. Oh, there's two squads. He jumped, Cold. Turn around.
I see. Nice coming. You're right next to that window at loading room.
Okay, I had another guy laying in on me. Hold on.
I'll see if I can tag.
Down here.
Down one.
Full butt. Right now. Man, watch it.
I'm coming to you, Reese.
Support right now. Support right now.
Okay.
Another one right here.
Repositioning.
And right here.
I have no AR. I can't help you.
Here you go. I dropped some here, movement.
Okay. I have 7100, except we have two squads beneath us, so not really a smart idea.
Not yet.
Take my money.
Wait.
Okay.
When you're ready.
I'll go on roof. 1 minute.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Alright, well, I got nothing to fucking lose. Oh my god, bro. Just run.
Hold on, go. I'm watching.
Help. One more up here.
Got them all?
It's a team wipe.
He had a shotgun or something?
Yeah.
The one. That's the only way you're gonna kill them. So fucked up.
Alright. Well, you think we can get our stuff? Is it clear, Review Boy?
I'm hit.
Finished. I don't see no pings in red.
Okay.
They're in zombies though, so watch it.
Oh, I threw it.
Your way. 25 remaining. Nicely done.
Yep, they're definitely in zombies.
Enemy UAV overhead. Friendly loadout drop on the way.
Someone want to get a muni?
I got it.
Got gas
What's
inbound.
enough?
Safe zone relocated.
They just called in their loadie at zombies.
Anti. Oh, is it zombies?
Yep. Right here.
Eyes on shooter.
Be careful,
On the
Anti had a
roof.
bunch. They could be those guys that just moved though.
Hostile.
Where is it?
Down one.
Oh, I'm coming right now, hold on. Just mark him for me, I can kill him.
He's inside.
Mover
This
spotted.
side.
Where are?
Target right here.
Oh my god, fucking weak.
What?
From where?
That guy beamed me top and so
Move
fast
it or lose it.
with an AR.
Objective updated. Secure that position. Enemy UAV overhead.
We can do this one.
I don't think,
Damn,
I think
Reaper.
he's cheating. There's no way he can hit an AR with so accurate just like that.
I think there's one pushing patio. I think he's pushing patio. Yep, he's pushing patio.
Hostile.
Yeah, he's
I have a
pushing
flip on
patio.
the door, so
Alright, time to sit back, boys. Especially if you're going against a hacker. They're inside. There's a squad inside now.
yep, inside now. 6 meters underneath us.
Y'all watching? What are y'all watching?
I'm watching stairs.
Okay, cool.
7 meters directly underneath me, and
He's
there's
here?
a guy here.
Damn it. They have picked this place
Yeah,
clean.
he's hacking.
Who is?
Help, help,
Who
help.
is?
Cover, cover.
I'm
Can't
covering.
flash.
Okay.
I'm covering.
Good.
Still here. Still standing.
Yeah, oh, he's hacking so hard.
Told you. This
God, bro.
I'm
I'm
taking fire.
His teammate is at path. He's pushing up path.
Tap me, please.
Team white, team white.
Get back on the
I
ground.
told you. Was he hacking, right?
I mean, he had to have been,
From
right?
the
He's
contract
quick
is
as
over.
shit when it came to the
Yeah, he fucking
Shots.
headshotted me so quickly. I told you, that kid could not have been me.
Hey, he was fighting someone at path. He was fighting someone at path behind us. Yep, they're pushing out. Two more.
Hostile.
Less than 10
Where's the
enemies
other one?
remaining.
Right at the wall.
broke armor.
Fire
Nice.
sale
I'm watching
started.
for
Prices
him.
are back to
Precisioning.
Mark target for airstrike.
Secondary
Got him down.
No hits on that road.
That should be another team wipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got gas
Hey,
moving.
loadout at zombies. Loadout at zombies.
Go on the roof. 1 minute. Where
Hostile.
exactly? Oh.
Hit him for armor a few times. Not that many, though. Another one there.
AR over here.
I haven't seen him.
Line in.
They're lining in.
Armed mobile.
Downed him.
Prison courtyard.
Looking. I don't see nobody yet. Yep, I see
He's
him.
pushing out.
Armed mobile.
Down. Holy shit, this Krig rips.
Yeah, the Krig is strong, dude. And zombie roof.
Oh, clustered. We're getting clustered.
No,
Okay.
that's for me.
Anti.
Because he's on the roof.
Top anti. Top anti.
Hostile.
Where are we going?
Top anti, so watch it.
Oh, I see him. Motherfucker. God damn.
Hit him for armor a
bro.
few times.
He fucking took 2 plates off of me with fucking a second.
I got armor box here. I mean, no armor box here. Ammunition, just in case we get out.
The guy on roof just left.
Looking on the roof. I don't see no one else upstairs too far.
Waypoint marked. Move.
He has an AR or SMG.
I need to drop and buy
I need to buy some fucking plates.
some plates. Get this dead silence as well.
Gas mask. I don't give a fuck. Precision. Thank you.
Gas is inbound.
Oh fuck, did you go back up?
Yeah, I'm back up.
I'll say bottom.
Okay.
34 meters in front of us by tankers.
I hear him.
Yep, definitely. 2 people. Precisioning it. Fuck it.
Be advised. Friendly positioning
Fire
approach
over here.
inbound.
Sustaining
From
fire.
anti as well. Anti window, third floor.
Left side. He's left side by the stairs from red.
Okay, I don't see him.
Someone just got
Teammate
my
just bought back.
Oh, why is he here? He's in. Where the fuck did he come from? He came from red. He's teabagging. He's right on my body. Right now. He jumped on the stairs. underneath
Hostile.
gold.
Enemy soldier incoming.
This guy's still floating above.
Hey,
Troops in contact.
Yep.
Taking fire.
Behind him. Gold behind him.
Troops in contact.
He's on top of you.
You've got gas inbound. Please don't be on tape.
There you go. There's another guy inside red. He's downstairs right underneath
We
you.
have
Gold.
zombies
Watch it.
and right on red.
Gas is inbound.
Taking shot.
Selfing.
Yeah, just self and get behind the tank and heal and use your plates.
He's right down here.
Marking way. Stun thrown. Throwing
He's
grenade.
underneath you, Gold. Watch it.
Stun thrown.
He left. Moved somewhere else.
Go inside. Go inside. He's probably underneath you, Al. Use your dead
Gas
time,
is
Gold.
Nope,
moving
still
in.
outside, still outside.
New safe zone located.
Right?
Gas is closing in.
Use your
Yeah,
dead
he's
time,
down below
Gold.
somewhere. He's down below.
Down below, Gold. Watch it.
Still
Use your
here,
dead
still here.
silence.
I don't hear him choking.
Where's that? There he is. There you go,
Standing
Gold.
shot.
There you
Good
go.
shit.
I fired him in the last second. Nice one.
Same.
That was a damn good game.
Yep.
13.
5,000, let's go, boys.